So in the workbook, what I show is this. They'll bring the feet together. I'm just working his range of motion through his ankles and toes. How's that, Michael? It's okay. In the workbook, I show something like this, where I bring his feet forward. It's more of a calf stretch. And then I curl his toes just gently back, just mobilizing the feet again. I'll change up a couple pages from the sequence. We just worked on the inner leg line, so I want to give him a bit more depth. Do you have more tenderness on your right side usually, Michael?
I don't know.
Don't know? Okay. So those inner leg lines, I'm going to change my body positioning a little bit in. Okay? The line on this leg is now up because we've changed the position of his leg. So it's like I can sink down. Everybody's hip mobility is going to be a little bit different. How's this? Inner leg line, or lines, both legs. Do you see the same, it's the same line? You see that? Anybody? Yeah? This, in this case, becomes the sort of primary leg. Okay? I'm still working the inner leg line. Is that too tender, Michael? How's the pressure? Perfect. Okay. Now, if I hook into this side, particularly around the calf, sometimes I'll change my body position. How's this right here?
Good.
Not too much? Okay. Some people couldn't take this, but you see how when I stack my shoulder above, it's like leaning all my body weight in? It's pretty deep. His hip rotation is also fairly open. There are a lot of people you work with, you're going to have like a tight kind of office worker, his legs are going to go like that. When you try to work on this line, it's going to be too much like torque through his hip. What I'll do with people like that is give them a bolster. And that way I can press into this without torquing through the joint quite so badly. How's that right there?
Feels fine.
Okay. But you're more open. I don't tend to press on both legs at the same time. I have a tendency to kind of walk the palm press back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Where do you feel that?
I can here a little bit, and then more on the hand, quads.
Yeah. And you don't feel it just where my hands are, right?
No.
Aha. And that's what I wanted to point out. We're basically getting ready to start working his low back.
He went here and went here.
As I'm rocking him back and forth, we're rocking his hips, rocking his pelvis, rocking his sacrum, rocking his lumbar spine. Make sense? Inner leg lines. And I'm just going to have you go leg to leg. As we go through the sequence, we'll go page to page. Eventually, it's just going to be one long flow with the legs. Like you'll kind of go up one leg. Once you get to this, you're going to continue up. But I just want to give it to you in bits and pieces just so it's digestible. Ooh, this one feels tighter right there. How's that? Ooh. I'm not going to wear out my hands doing this. Again, this is just opening. Just trying to see, is there a difference from hip to hip? Is mobility, tissue? How does he feel?
Yeah, I don't know if it's any difference or not. You should know. Is there?
Feels a little bit more on this side. Now, if I switch over, how's that on your hip? Feels good? You like more pressure?
Right here.
You see how I doubled up the palms? But I'm not going to overwork my hands. Right. Inner leg lines. And then usually I'll just come back to where we started. Just to balance them out. It shows in the book on one page where I give a little traction like this. How's that, Michael? Good. He thinks I'm working on his feet. Look at his neck.
Just put something right here and I'll be good.
Yeah. But movement, right? It really does honor movement over time. I'm just taking people through a range of motion and working on them. Do you guys want to work that inner leg line or leg lines, one on each?